Hi everybody, Jo here again. Thanks so much for popping in. How are you feeling today? Hope you're feeling okay. I've got a bit of a touchy throat, so do excuse me if my voice goes a bit funny. You know what I'm like. Mind you, you're used to me by now, aren't you? Now today, I did hint yesterday I might have something, a bit exciting to show you. And I've snuck in a couple of our new stamps. Now these stamps are released on Friday and they're part of a collection, and this one's called the Dream Witch Collection. And honestly, they're stunning. Honestly, they'll just blow you away. But I wanted to just use a couple of them to tease you, but mix them with what we've already got. And I love the way that Tracy carefully designs things that all go together. Now this, I've done the design on an A6 card and obviously envelope. I do listen, and I know a lot of you said that posting square cards is more expensive, and also you like smaller designs and you're looking at things that will work well on smaller cards. So this is what I've come up with, and I have to say, look at the back. Now I actually think that would be a design in itself. You could pop a sentiment here, and I love this clean white space. So really, there we go. I think you've got two designs in one. Now I'm just going to pop this here. And I started with, so this is one of the pieces of card out of the multi-fairies, the A6. Now these are A6, and I have been asked this before. So this is the size of your A6. So I literally just trim a little bit off too, just tweak it a little so that it will then fit on my card blank. But as I say, this design would be perfect for actually doing straight on your card blank if you wanted. Be perfect for batch card making. So I'm going to start off and I'm going to stamp. There's a lovely set of 3, and these are beautiful witches. They're, I like to say sorceresses really, because they're almost like a fairy witch, if that makes sense. Mind you, know the way my head works. And they're called the Coven of the Blue Moon. And I've chosen one, and she's got this gorgeous lamp, which I have to say, when I was planning, I got my mini stamp out of the lamp the same, but actually I didn't use it on the end product. But if you've got it, look out for that, one of your minis, which is the same similar lamp that she's holding. I often do that, I get stamps out and then I get so carried away with the design, I change my mind as I'm going. I don't know if you're the same. Now I'm just going to stamp her down here in this corner. Now there's 3 and they're all facing the same way. One has a witch's broom and one a staff, and I think you can use the 3 together, you can use them independently, but for those of you who want a smaller design, and I know you're going to want to know the size. So when she's stamped, look, she's top to toe or under 6 centimetres, and across, look at that, under 3. So just beautiful. And the detail, I mean, can you see that detail? Now I also found when I did a bit of a lamp check, and we've got a lovely set of stamps called lamps, and I have used these quite a bit recently, and there's 2 sort of mushrooms and 2 lamps, and again it's the same shape, so I thought that would tie nicely just sitting here. And then just to ground them, I don't want to add too much. I could stamp some detail, but I don't want too much. So what I'm thinking is just coming in and just using my fine liner and just sort of adding a little bit of something and nothing really. But it just fills that space. Right, and then in the corner, I'm going to use one of my favourite stamps, and this is the maple leaf. And I'm going to come in with black, keeping with the black, the nocturne. Oh, and I've just got a bit on my finger there, so we'll get rid of that, because I do want to try and keep some white space on this. It's always the way, isn't it? And I'm going to stamp my corner one first, and then just come in with a little bit down this side, and then a little bit just across the top there, just to sort of frame that corner. Now, I know I said I was just going to use one new stamp, but I'm just going to sneak in, shh, don't tell anyone, this lovely, and it's called Flitter Mice. Oh, and there's 3 hanging bats. Honestly, I have just about used these on every single sample. They are adorable. This is the small one, this is the wee baby one, and I just think he's going to look lovely. Now, excuse me if my head comes over. I know you don't want to see the top of my head, but I just want to put his little feet, look, so he's just hanging there. And I just think on, like I say, a small area, you have got a beautiful design already. Give that a bit of a blot. Now I want a little bit of colour here. So I'm going to come in with my Golden Meadow and my mini leaf creeper. Now this is lovely because it's almost, well, it is a berry, but again, I love the fact we can change it so it can be any colour. Now I've gone for this colour because I'm going to put some yellow on my lamps, so I thought it would sort of tone in well. And what I love about this look, I'm just going to stamp it 1st and 2nd generation. And when I stamp it, sorry, I know I move the card round a lot, so I'm going to stamp one on top of this leaf. But even though I've stamped it 2nd, look, it actually looks like it's behind the maple leaf. And I love that trick, that you can do your black stamping first and then come in with some lighter stamping, but it just looks like it's behind. Now I don't want to overcook this, but I want another one there. Right, stop there. And as I say, at the minute, it looks a bit like we've introduced a random colour. But what we will do is, I'm just going to get my mustard seed and my number 3 brush and just add some yellow around that lamp there and this lamp here. And I've said this before, the number 3 brushes are fabulous for this. And we just get that lovely glow. And then just for underneath her, just going to come in with a little bit of green sleeves to ground her. But because I'm going to use green sleeves as my stenciling, I want to darken it a bit. And I've got my number 3 brush. Now this has had dark denim on it. And I'm not going to add any more, but look at that. There's enough just left on my brush. And I often say this, use what is actually on your brush. Now, you could leave this at this stage if you wanted, but I fancied just a little bit of stencil work in the background. I don't want it too much, but just enough to take that whiteness off the card. And I had a look at various stencils. I thought about using the white orbs. I thought, obviously, circles, that'd look lovely. But I thought that goes better with sort of the cauldron and the... So I went for this one, which is Leaf Trails, I do believe. And I'm just thinking if I can almost put one leaf there, and I want it to flow upwards. I don't want that corner bit there. So I'm just going to hold it there. Find the brush for my green. And then just gently, gently, again, tickle that stencil. And the further up I go, I've gone darker. So where I've added the ink onto my brush, I've started at the base. And then as I go higher, I just want it to gradually... And I'm just giving it a check there. I can have a little bit more colour there. And in that corner, but that's enough. And it won't show up that well to you, but honestly, it's there. And I want it quite subtle and in the background. I don't want it to take over, almost like it's flowing upwards, bursting upwards. Oh, good, we didn't have ink on there, isn't it? Phew. Hey, what were the chances? And then just to add a little bit of colour, look, we'll come in with our gold Wink of Stella. Love this, absolutely love this. And I'm going to add a little bit more on the lamps and then on her hat, look, and her hair. And I'm just going to give a little bit of sparkle on the bottom of her dress, look, we've got gold. And then Batty's eyes I'm going to do with gold, so he has a little bit of sparkle as well. Just give her a little bit there, little bit at the back, obviously where this light, where the lamp is just giving that lovely reflection. And then me being me, I can have some lovely sparkle with my yellow Posca and just around her, around the lamp and around Mr. Batty. I say 3 different sizes. This is the wee one. And then there we go. And I think for a lovely smaller card, and I'm thinking you could do so much with this. And I've gone for one of my sentiment stickers, and I had to choose on my travels because that's what she is. She's on her travels. And again, I'm just going to pop this down here. And I love that. And there's the finished. And just a reminder, that's what I did on the back. I've got my card and envelope and my lovely little, so I've got another one there. And I think these are going to be perfect for my next door neighbour's 2 little girls for a card. And I think they'll love those. So that's my little sneak of something new that's being released. Do check out the design team. Have done fabulous inspiration, and there's going to be lots for you to see. Check out social media. As always, check out the Lavinia website. We've got so much on there for you to look at, the tutorials, all the information you're ever going to need. So you take care. I hope you have a lovely, lovely week. Be kind, and much love and hugs from me. And I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.